So I think that's kind of the surface. And I mean, you can also add in there in your own head, observing how they set up their gear, not like
Mm-hmm.
hawking them, right? Like standing there with your arms crossed, like,
No, oh my gosh, can you imagine?
oh, did you set that up right? But I mean, you can see with your own eyes, do they feel comfortable? Are they feeling rushed? Are they feeling like, where does this thing go again?
Mm-hmm.
How do they set up the gear? How do they handle themselves on the shore or on the boat before you're about to get in the water? It's a good indication of the state of mind. And I think a more experienced diver can step in if you're seeing someone get flustered, you're seeing someone kind of get out of control, like what you're saying, and step in and say, hey, like, I got you. We there's no rush, no
Yeah,
worries. Because sometimes, less experienced divers can feel the pressure that they don't want to ruin your dive, sir,
absolutely.
or my dive, Jay,
Absolutely.
or the other person. So I always kind of just reassure them, look, I'm in no time schedule. I just want to be under the water. I don't care if all we do is sit on the upline.
Yeah.
Like, I'm under the water. I'm in my happy place. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
No, that's huge. That is huge because I felt that too. Like when I first got into diving in California, diving from the shore is a different beast than boat diving, And there are a lot of times where you're like overheating and you're like trying to get all your stuff on and get into the water and like breathing harder. And it takes an amount of like willingness, I think, as a diver to be like, hey guys, I need a beat.
Mm-hmm.
Like I need to take a minute. Is that okay? And hopefully everybody is cool because we should be, right? Like we shouldn't judge anybody if somebody needs an extra minute to, yeah, should. But like that, I think it takes a lot of courage because, and I've been seeing a lot of this kind of discussion in the comments of my latest video because I talked about fear and anxiety because I'm somebody
Mm-hmm.
that I've struggled with that in my life. And it takes a lot to be able to speak up and say like, hey, I'm feeling nervous, or like this, that, or the other thing, right? Like I had to do that with this cave dive that I did with a stranger. I let him know like, hey, I'm not the most confident cave diver. Like I've done this refresher course and everything, but like I'm still very new to this. I'm coming
Mm-hmm.
at it with this like I'm very new to this. And I think that can also be part of like understanding the green flags for new divers. Like if you're that nervous diver and you share that with your buddy and they come at it with like a, hey, it's all good, like we're gonna go out and have a chill time or whatever, or if they kind of give you that eye roll and like
Get your
resistance,
stuff together. Yeah.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
then you're like, you can pinpoint it like, I don't need to dive with you. Like
Yeah.
this is
Or
not
that,
a relationship that I
or that
want to have.
requires an extra beat, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Like, I need more time.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that kind of knife cuts both ways in some ways, that as the more experienced diver, you can feel pressure that you need to have all your stuff together and be squared away and all those things. And you might need a minute,
That's
right?
the
I mean,
thing.
I
We're
was just
all,
on a boat.
yeah.
I was literally on a boat, like I was saying, my new, dive buddy or teammate that we went on, and it's a little boat. And I didn't take my Dramamine. I didn't remember the night
Oh
before, so I took it that morning.
no.
And I was fine until we anchored up, and I was sitting there helping put gear together, and just the rocking of the boat. All of a sudden, I was just like, oh. And he was kind of ready to go, about ready to go. And I was like, hey, I need a minute, because I'm feeling a little nauseous, and I'm surprised I'm feeling nauseous, but I am.
Yeah.
And so I just need a minute, and I need to get my stuff geared away because I know the solution to this is to get in the water.
Yes.
But I need a minute to get my gear on and get sorted. And I've never done it on your boat before. So, all this stuff, I'm in doubles and he's, in a singles. And
Right.
so I think in general, it's really good to take that beat. We talked about being mentally fit for the dive, mentally ready, switched on. And that can switch both ways. On one end, if you're the new diver, you might feel the pressure of not ruining someone else's dive. If you're the more experienced diver on the team, you may feel the pressure to be perfect or get it all right or have all the answers. And you might need a minute. And so I think it's important to just come together in those, pre-dive moments, and make sure, check in, take a beat, like you say, before you're diving with someone new. I mean, it's you're going into a risky environment with someone you've never done it before with, and that inherently creates more risk. So I think
Yeah.
that's good